What was I even doing last time? Back to the origin. Oh wow, yeah, that's right. I did push it really late, didn't I? Not so bad. Okay. So last time, with our new darkness powers, we had our big final confrontation with Ultima. That wasn't so final. Now we're back at the hideaway. So let's give it a good once over. We need to speak to Otto, but he'll wait. Well, you know, it's funny. No side quests yet. And yet, they're coming. I know they're coming.
And how the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
Alright. He's been averted. Yes, we are safe.
What do you think that thing is?
It's a damn distraction is what it is. Now back to work.
Yes, right. Ultima made his, like, ship spawn, and he's waiting for us there.
Don't you worry, Sid. I'll still take you anywhere you want, provided it's away from that bleeding eyesore.
Well, I hate to tell you this, Orbalist, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're gonna have to go. Oh, 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 oh. Nope. Alright. I didn't really check in with these guys too often. I wanted to do this because this is like the last checkup to do. I don't think it's my fault, it's just, you know, even though it's only like, I don't know, a 10-15 second loading screen or whatnot, it is something extra they do, so. What's up, baby brother?
Origin, he called it. But the origin of what?
The headset, apparently.
What is it?
It's the end, is what it is.
And guys, it's not that impressive, I'd hate to say.
Did you know that it was I who convinced His Imperial Highness to join you in stone here? All right, it may be that he was of a mind to do so already, but it was I who told him where you'd be.
I'm glad to see he's doing okay, and he wasn't killed by the XXIX zombies.
It's not often our entire merry flock returns home to roost at once. I expect I should be wishing you good luck.
There's something about it. I feel like it's calling to me.
Delphine? No. Like, I noticed your title said Scrubber of Stains, and I noticed that you're busy looking at that and not actually sweeping. I'm not gonna harp on you. I did that long ago, back when this was just the beginning stream. But don't do the evil god thing, okay? Use your endgame with saying how worried you were for survival. That is a feat. Look, I had a lot to worry about. He had fun rogue vibes. There was every chance he wouldn't make it, but he made it. And I'm happy for that. Let's talk to Vivian.
What will it be today?
Oh man, I completely forgot that existed.
Allow me to educate you.
I guess this is technically an indigenous peoples stream too. Indigenous Peoples Day stream. It was very weird to hold that off there.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Like, very many exceptionally white people. I believe my ancestors raped and pillaged away so that I'm actually like a 32nd or 64th indigenous.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away.
But you know what? Who even knows?
Massive. Aye.
I won't go into that too much. It's not either here nor there. But you know, that is what day it is for this one. Final Fantasy XVI has taken me a few months now, so, you know. I think I should be able to have it done before Halloween.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Don't be a stranger, eh?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Don't. You should not have it so that you can do a little dumb jump instead of doing dialogue.
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
I have 21,655. So either there's a lot more renown to get, or one of these is for New Game
Come again.
Plus.
I may have more for you.
Considering I've heard many tales of all the side quests, I could see there being enough renown though. Okay, I don't want to talk to Otto yet. Talk to Nectar. Between hunts and quests, okay. Alright, those two A ones. Oh, they're all A's. Gobermooch. A rogue goblin has been sighted several times in the abandoned village of Isla, presumably drawn by the stores left behind when the villagers departed for reverie. Though said villagers will not be returning, we shall surely seek to reclaim the village for mankind once this is all over. I suggest that we end the goblin's misery now, before he tears the houses down in his search for sustenance. And then we have Beigel, which looks like it's a curl. Among the diverse beasts that make their home in Waloed, there are many that seem not to be a creation of nature, but of some malign god. Beigel is one such creature, a cat that takes an almost perverse delight in hunting down the few survivors of the human race that yet survive on the far continent, and toying with them as a child might a doll, complete with the chewing of their extremities. That's lovely. Agni. A band of curse breakers making their first foray into Waloed encountered this creature near the road through Halfcombe. Though those with memory of Ash before its fall knew Agni as a peaceable beast, one worshipped as the Yalkona of the north, the ether has since addled its mind, sending it barreling hither and yon, crushing anything in its path. To end its torment would be a mercy. Aww. Poor baby dragon. Assured to the underworld. Travelers of the Gilded Path share stories of the Crystal Giant, a beast who haunts the paths less trodden, illuminating the shadowy canyons with the unmistakable blue glow of ether and painting them red with the blood of its victims. If our suspicions are correct, and this creature is another construct of Ultima, then only by laying him low might we truly begin to live on our own terms. And then we have the Blood Moon. After the collapse of the fallen civilization, the technology slept silently within the ruins of their airships for many a long year. However, of late, these echoes of the fallen age have begun to awaken, attacking any strangers on sight, presumably as they were designed to do. While some are easily escaped, this particular echo persists in pursuing its targets until they lie dead in the dust. So let's see, that's a 30, 35, 135. So that's 180 renown in just hunts, so yeah, that seems about right. So we'll hold off on those until I've started the side quests. Maybe like slide them in where we can.
You nearly collapsed back there. It's just a touch of the vapors. I'll be fine.
Oh, what's going on between you two? Oh, they might just be friends. And you're ignoring me. Thanks a lot.
These skies are taking their toll on the hideaway, Clive. I can mend a broken arm, but a broken spirit is beyond my talents.
It doesn't matter, Terria. We already finished your quest line. Oh, the pregnant lady.
Thank you, my lord, for taking me in. Everyone here has been so kind. It reminds me of home.
Like, I was about to be like, who the hell is Edda? And that's like, oh, right, the one character we met who was pregnant. And is not letting me talk to Yote for some reason. Dang it. I said her name wrong, but not incorrectly enough. I'll remember next time, Jody. Just so you know, you'll have to do another tour when side quest Apocalypse unlocks. I mean, I'll have to do it for the side quest, but... Oh, I didn't look yet. God, who does Asta have left? She can't pine after Clive, right? Because she's already worked her way. She's Dion, brother, Goots. Are there any guys left? Does she finally jump ship? Does she go for Hippocrates? No way, he's too old. I mean, I guess Byron also by that same logic. Byron's around now. I need to figure this out. I guess the only other thing is this could be when she gives up. And she goes for Torgal. But I was actually thinking Torgal might just be hanging out next to Jaqen, the amateur Twitcher. Because I haven't checked there yet either, so. Alright. It could be a coincidence.
All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion.
It could be a coincidence.
All along, he was here, standing right beside me.
Man. That's not a bad Clive cosplay, though. I also like how, unlike Clive, she may be hopeless, but she's not shameless. She covers up her chest. I don't know why I was going to read that. I've already read it before.
It couldn't have been easy for her making the journey from Ash. What with her belly so fat?
You'd be surprised at the lengths a mother is willing to go for her child.
Also, don't say fat when you're talking about a pregnant lady. Like, you're not necessarily wrong. It's just you don't... Oh, whatever. I admit, personally, I wasn't sure if it would be Clive either, because I didn't know if she started with Clive, because I wasn't paying attention, I think, the first time they all showed up. But nah, I should have realized.
Clive,
What's up, Ed?
if you need the Enterprise, just say the word. As long as the word isn't fly. She can't do that. Yet.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
That crystal certainly don't bode well. But just think of all the secrets it must hold. Here, if you're planning on going up there, you could bring a bit back for me, could you?
For all we know, she did start with Clive and went full circle. You know, it's true. She very well might have. Like, man, I do want to finish this game this month, but it's just, you know.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
It's just how I do
Not
this.
exactly. She seems preoccupied, but then again, when isn't she?
Like, the post-quest hideaway tour has become part of this now, and they do change up things, so it's worth doing, even if it's very minor.
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
I mean, yeah, really. Maybe it's full of helium.
So there's a new mother. Fussing over it won't see the hens fed.
Wait. There's a new mother. Oh, he might be talking about Edda. I was like, is there a baby chicken here?
One moment
think you've freed the realm from her fate. The next, a darker one, rears up to replace it. What awaits us when we finally attain release? True freedom? Or something else entirely?
Man, I do not understand Suspicious character. He is just here and he is sus. Amogus.
Miss Shirley! I want to learn how to build an airship so I can fly up to the Dark Crystal and crack it.
That's very nice, Jocelyn. But perhaps you could start with your sons?
We never will. Perhaps he's Leviathan. He probably is. He's
Shirley
suspicious
says your
enough.
books made quite an impression on the children. You've inspired them all to become writers themselves.
Oh no.
Is that so? We'll need to find some more parchment then.
You know what? Maybe Ultima's right. Maybe free will was a mistake. Alright. So I've gone around, I did that. So this will show us Jackin, amateur twitcher. But yeah, it occurred to me that if we've already done Chocobo, then Torgal hanging out by him might just be the final animal they have to play.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our shelves haven't gone bare.
Yes, but how long will it last?
Oh no. Wait. No, this makes sense. The truest animal of all. Man.
I did it, Sid. I made friends with all the animals in the hideaway. But you know what I'd really like? My own goblin. Or maybe a morble or a bomb. Only if it was a big one. That or a bander curl, but not a cactuar. They're too prickly.
You know what? I can accept that. I kind of wish I had actually had like a first monster here, but second tour is just for the main NPCs. What are you? Yo, Asta, the Hopeless Romantic, and Jack and Amateur Twister are main NPCs for me. Their quest line may exist in just my heart, but it's there.
This should tide us over until the new moon.
I do like that they gave them each like their tiny little storyline that's not a storyline. It's basically just a running gag.
You needn't worry about the backyard, Sid. We're here, so you don't have to be.
Drink up, my little
A few
darlings.
more of these, and the Deadlands will seem less dead.
Oh, you're the
These
same.
flowers are beautiful.
That's the same.
Boil them all down to make medicine. Leaves should have withered long ago.
We found a way. Life has found a way.
Do I ever want to know, Cormac? What's Martell up to this time?
See that you're properly watered and manured, Martel. For as long as I'm able.
Man, I'm worried about Cormac. Like, it was cute naming the tree after Martell to begin with, but I feel like he is unhealthily attached to it at this point. Like, he can't be codependent on a tree because it's just a tree, but he's trying. Damn, still can't go in there. What's up, Black Swan? Ask about Dravost.
The sound of ringing still.
Has filled the streets of Dravost since back before anyone can remember. And there's not a smith worth his salt who didn't apprentice under one of the village masters. Blackthorn and Zoltan worked old Vulcan's foundry till their lungs burned and their skin turned black, but they were happy. What is this skin turning black? You're talking about Blackthorn. I'm pretty sure that was a big issue for this game when it was being released.
So we won.
Things change. People change. And they can either change with them, or they can stay stuck in the past. Blackthorn and his old mate, they've chosen to put their pasts behind them so that Dravost can have a future. A future where young smiths can be proud of work done well and work done right. Just like here in the Hideaway.
Who knows?
Maybe someday his apprentice will be someone else's master and work them just as hard as he does Goots.
So will it be?
Oh, I can upgrade the defender using a behemoth shackle, which feels kind of like a waste, but... And of course I need more dark steel and the primitive battle horn, which I have to assume is from a behemoth hunt. It might not be from a behemoth hunt, it might be from a special thing. Oh, we can... Oh, no, it's just upgrading Circle of Heaven. But wasn't there... Right, I need to get the Orichalcum for that. And I do have the Orichalcum for that, but I don't have... And I could upgrade that, but what's the point of that right now, honestly? Oh, those are just crafting. Right. It's different to reinforce. That uses up meteorites. Maybe it will give me a little bit of damage, but I don't even know if I need it right now.
First
Okay.
the skies, then the crystal. What next? The advent of great Griga herself.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Sid's back, isn't he?
She was having a nice little freak out. Oh, Karen doesn't have anything new. Hey, look, Goots is hanging out with her.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
What is... I don't have any valuables. Ugh.
What can I get you, Sid?
Alright.
Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Always one more job to do, isn't there, Clive?
There's the Orchestrion. Acquired in the Hideaway. Found in a treasure coffer. Damn. I must have missed this one. Because this one, Acquired in the Hideaway, is just the Patron's Whisper one we've seen. Maybe I'll look that up at some point just to find
What
it.
do you mean I can't have another loaf?
Oh, you've had 9 already.
Is this man getting drunk off of bread? Oh look, this is cute. Jill and Gavin are hanging out.
Is this the last of the mother crystals, do you think? Or could there be others buried out there?
There's naught like a fuck-off crystal hanging over the horizon to sour your ale.
I like the confidence in a beat back down and saying, I bet I might know which one that is too, because I also missed exactly one. That would make sense though. Oh god, okay. Everyone, let's sit down. Lucan's gonna take a freaking minute to sing one line. He's getting worse. Jesus Christ.
Hands are dawn is spun in crimson.
Please. Finish. I swear if there's a third line. Oh. Man, you guys are the same, right?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're the same. Okay. Let's see. Harpocrates is left. Before we do Harpocrates, though, we'll leave that room for now. Check the Already Stone. Rare. Burnt black. Actually, you know what? Where is... Aha. We will be Weeb Clive for a bit. Historiae? It looks like it, yes.
First the skies, then the crystal.
That's the same one. Freaking Oscar.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport, but as soon as the rebuilding work is complete, I promise to return.
It's in Lost Wing? Wow. Okay. So they clearly messed up with Oscar, right? Like, they wrote him and they just forgot? Or something like that? Which is wild to me. Because he has the line of dialogue, so... whatever. Oh, these are all the same. I wouldn't have unlocked any of these. Yeah, he feels like there's a whole part to him that is meant to be, and it's not there. Alright. A new life. Gav writes us. While the going was slow, now without the occasional run-in with some straggling orc, he saw Edda safe back to the Shadow Coast, where Mid was waiting kindly with the Enterprise. On the voyage home, he likes to think the poor lass opened up a little, telling them about her life and the life she wants for her baby. But he supposes it's up to us now to make certain the little one gets it. Like, maybe they had a whole thing where they wanted to do something about Clive having an apprentice, a squire, and then they just had to nix it. Oh.
I've wronged so many. Ruined thousands of lives. I did not deserve to be saved. But save me, you and your brother did. Your uncle, too, forgave me my sins. Offered me a chance at redemption. Yours is a fine family, Ifrit. Cherish it.
Yeah, Dion, I'd like to apologize. Because I know it's all the goddamn mom's fault. Like, she really sucked. Unfortunately, after ruining Clive and Joshua's childhoods, she had to go for more. It's just, like, no one could stop her. She was just that bad at being a mom. Man, I left him here to have this whole heavy thought, and I just went the entire opposite rotation of the hideaway. He's like, Afrit, he'll come back around. Look at you, Torgal. Hanging out with Joshua, making sure he has someone next to him. Okay, let's go talk to Hippocrates. And we'll talk to the twins too, I guess.
Tom said you destroyed all the mother crystals. No, he didn't. There's still the black one up in the sky.
You don't think they like go quite romantic with Gavin and Etta, but like she's meant to be 17, he was like 30 plus. Yeah. I mean, medieval world though, right? Plus, like, what is it? Like, look at Clive here. How old does Clive look? How old did Barney look? Age is clearly just a number. Until you hit like 60 and then you suddenly age all at once. It's you know, it's like a dragon effect, really.
Not a word in this one either.
And hey, let's look at that. That is the better of the two options. Because the equally viable, more anime option is that instead he becomes the adoptive dad for her child who is going to be a daughter, until she, upon becoming a teenager, decides she wants to be romantically interested in Gav. So it could be worse. Did I read this? Treasured beasts, riding owls. Yeah.
Sid, did you know that chocobos
Ah, yours is the same. Okay. Hippocrates, shut him up, please.
Good morrow to you, my friend.
We can ask about Joshua.
If I may observe.
Our brother is possessed of a rare gift, and he does not mean the flames of the phoenix. Words, Clive. Joshua's findings on Ultima and the Circle of Malleus are worthy of the great Moss himself. Should he choose to devote himself to this path, Hippocrates hazards he could one day become quite the historian. But not before Clive and Joshua finish their own story.
History can wait.
After all, for that is what it does.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
All right.
Now this, I believe you will find most interesting.
That's a lot of new entries. All right. Barnabas's mother. Hidden truths. One of the few surviving descendants of the children of Zemeckis, who fled from Valisnea and took refuge in the outer continent, only returning generations later. She and her clan were devout believers in the Circle of Malleus, whose teachings she instilled in her son. Teachings and memories that he treasures to this day. Alas, her beliefs were also to prove her downfall, as she was killed in a raid by the followers of a rival religion. Man, it is so weird that the one image we get of her is her naked, with the titties just covered by her hair, because the only model of her that exists that we've seen is, of course, Ultima's projection of her to Bernie. Moss the Chronicler. I don't know if we've had this one. As chronicler, far-fabled scholar of Valstein history and legend, it was Moss's writings that inspired Hippocrates to pursue his own career as a scholar of all things Valstein. In his later years, he delved into the hidden history of Ultima and the Circle of Malleus. But alas, his findings were denounced as baseless speculation in certain scholarly circles. As a result, Moss's theories received little widespread notice and were all but stricken from the historical record. A hidden past. Far-fabled scholar of Valstein history and legend, when Hippocrates was but a boy, Moss visited his village on the outer continent. Perhaps seeing something of himself in the young scholar-to-be, the great master took him under his wing. However, their time together was soon to come to an end, for one day Moss and his journal were gone, leaving nothing but a note behind, one which read, "Bearer seek lest," one which read, "Seek knowledge." The young Hippocrates took these words to heart. Zemeckis Falls had intrudes, a vast circular cavity carved from the Dalmatian coast. It is here the mother crystal known as Zemeckis once stood. In the age of the fallen, man, hoping to claim the power of the gods, laid siege to the crystal in an attempt to gain entry to its ether-rich heart. Rather than attempt to fend off the assault, he instead responded by destroying the mother crystal and his heart, the great crater left behind standing as a reminder of man's hubris. The continent Lore, a vast landmass situated far from Valstean shores. Aside from the most intrepid traders, few have been known to brave the journey there or back, for which reason the character and customs of its peoples remain a mystery to most. Legends claim that remnants of the fallen fled thither from the twins when their civilization collapsed, but even the most bookish continental would be hard-pressed to explain what became of them in the intervening millennium. Drake's Horn, a mother crystal which stood in southern Ash, an area now lost to the Blight. The fall of Drake's Horn left Drake's spine the only mother crystal on the continent, and sparked a decades-long conflict for control of its ethereal bounty. After much bloodshed, it was the erstwhile nation of Veldemark which finally subjugated the warring tribes of Ash, and established a kingdom around what is now Stonehere. The War of the Magi, one of the many great conflicts waged near the end of the Age of the Fallen, in which mankind, fielding fantastical clockwork armies fueled by powerful magics, fought for control of the mother crystals. This, however, worked to hasten the drain of the ether from the land, and thereby give rise to the Blight. By the time the fighting had ceased and peace was restored, the wounds suffered by both humanity and the land had grown too deep to heal, and civilization began its slow, yet inevitable march into darkness. It was only a matter of winters before the 1,000 years of knowledge used to build the great Magitech faded and was eventually lost to history. Ah, I see. So this system did have Magitech, but because of the whole crystal system and everything, it's basically got apocalypsed out, and we're in a kind of medieval resurgence post-apocalypse. Ah, the Circle of Malleus, the ancient religion from which more recent savior cults grew. Its beliefs were originally drawn from murals left behind by the people who lived near the mother crystal Zemeckis. But while at one point it was a faith followed throughout Valisthea, time and the fleeting memory of the ancient culture that spawned it saw it gradually fall from flavor. As tech do, this is true. The inner sanctum, sacred chambers in which the hearts of the mother crystals are enshrined, erected far before the time of the fallen, when humanity was still in its infancy. The original purpose was to simply provide protection for the fragile cores. As time passed, however, they were slowly transformed into places of worship. Okay, we did read this. Hidden truths. Echoes, strange clockwork constructs often encountered in and near fallen ruins. They were once only ever found protecting such structures, but in the aftermath of primogenesis, beneath the blackened skies that followed, they emerged from the ruins at last and can now be seen all over Valisthea. Though widely assumed to be vestiges of the fallen civilization, it seems they were in fact originally servants of Ultima, created by him in a time lost to memory, and it was only over long years of scavenging wreckage from fallen ruins that they took on their current form. Since Ultima's reawakening, they've been guided by his will, and his will alone.
You wish to study the tomes?
Oh, hey, look. Wait, no, okay. Bestiary is done, it looks like. Mysteries of the Realms has the most left. Lay of the Land has, it's a little bit left. And it looks like Person of Interest has like 1 or 2 entries left. Let's first start with Mysteries of the Realms. The Mother Crystals, their true purpose. Enormous glassy mountains that once towered over the lands of Valstea, providing the crystal that the people of the Twins relied upon in their everyday lives, while at the same time leeching ether from the earth. Clive and Joshua learned that they were planted here by Ultima for that very purpose, that the creature might accumulate enough ether to cast a supremely powerful spell, one that would remake the world. Alright, so that's about the same, okay. The Deadlands, hidden truths, barren wastes where the ether has dried up entirely and no longer gives the land life. Not only does this render magic all but unusable, but the ground and water are also staying in the darkest black, and not even the smallest seedling grows. Little to the knowledge of most Valsteans, the spreading blight is in fact driven by the mother crystals that drain away the land's ether for Ultima's ends. Though the beings flew to Valstea to escape the blight, overuse of magic by the human civilizations that followed only succeeded in despoiling this last unblemished land. Magic, channeling. The art of channeling ether to make one's imagination manifest. Bearers and dominants can cast magics without a crystal. This comes at a cost relative to the amount of ether channeled, the crystal's curse that petrifies their flesh. For this reason, Ultima's incorporeal form prevents him from casting the supremely powerful spell with which he means to remake the world, and so he seeks a vessel strong enough to withstand the torrents of ether required. I know it's just because it was there originally, but it's really funny to me that like this very deep endgame lore update is when it's still just a picture of freaking Benedict lighting up. Which, I guess she figured that she was going to, like, die from having the Garuda up anyways. But just to, like, no. It's like, I'm not going to bother with, like, a lighter or anything, or just taking a twig and using it from a torch. I'm going to spend an iota of my lifespan to look cool while I light up my pipe. Oh. Ancient mural, hidden truths, a religious image of the Circle of Malleus, an ancient faith that worship both the Mother Crystals and Ultima. It depicts the icons arranged in adoration of a central figure thought to be Ultima, the god that rules above them all. Joshua discovers an unblemished version in the depths of the Waluder stronghold of Gjallarhorn, and learns that the figures thought to be Ultima is in fact that of a Efreet risen. Efreet and the Phoenix united as one. I think I read that. Yeah, I think so. Great beasts, the behemoths and fafnirs of the realm, large, dangerous beasts to whom all others bow. These creatures ruled for generations as the kings of great forests or tall peaks, only to be driven from their homes by the blight and forced into unwelcome contact with humanity. They tend to have little tolerance for ethereal exposure, so it is common for them to turn Akashic on the merest contact with an ether flood. Ultima's thralls unmasked. Soulless automata largely composed of ether, whose only drive is to see that their creator's will is done. They appeared all over Valstea after Ultima brought about primogenesis, and the skies of the realm fell dark. The Journal of Moss, Joshua's findings. The Annals of Moss the Chronicler, a scholar of Valstean history noted for his singular insight. Indeed, Moss's journal is one of the few histories to speak at any length concerning the ancient Circle of Malleus, and the creature they worshipped as their god, Ultima. Both Moss and his journal were all but removed from public life at the insistence of rival scholars, but at Joshua's request, the Undying were able to track down a copy of the prized tome. Logos, where Ultima uses mythos to describe the vessel he has long awaited, one into which he can pour his soul and cast his supreme spell. Logos indicates its blasphemed form, a vessel over which the will of another has complete claim, making of itself a false god. Sin. In Ultima's eyes, mankind's greatest sin is the awakening of free will, his servants straying from the path their creator laid out for them and forging one of their own. However, Clive contains that this is a sin by which Ultima is equally bestained, and indeed, if humanity is indeed Ultima's creation, does not their every action, every emotion stem from him? The Urge. The dark, ill-omened skies unleashed when Ultima brought about primogenesis. The word Urge is used only on Ash, where the coming of the cursed skies has long been foretold as a harbinger of the end of all things. New World. The paradise Ultima seeks to summon into creation, one free from the blight that almost ended his race. Though Barnabas believed that he and his fellow faithful would be allowed to join his deity there, he was mistaken. Only Ultima and his kin shall have a place in this new paradise, a paradise freed not only from blight, but from humanity. Lay of the Land. Valisthea, Hidden Shoots, a realm comprising the twin continents of Storm and Ash, over which the Mother Crystals once stood vigil. Countless eons ago, Ultima arrived here, fleeing the blight that devoured his own homeland, and resolved to rebuild the world and usher in a new and final age of pure reason. It was he who placed the Mother Crystals in each corner of the land that they might harvest the ether he needed to achieve this end. Alright. Keep looking for red dots. The Dalmekian Republic, a republic on the brink. A nation formed from a federation of 5 smaller states. It is located in the southern half of the continent of Storm and has its capital at Rondala. After the fall of Drake's Fang, a combined force of Akashic soldiers and orcs descended on the capital and came perilously close to destroying what little order remained. However, thanks to the intervention of Prince Dion Lesage of Sombrek and his Knights Dragoon, disaster was averted at the last moment. Rondala, following the sack of the capital of the Dalmekian Republic, it was once a thriving hub of commerce where merchants gathered from across Valisthea, and people enjoyed a life of peace and prosperity under the guidance of the Parliament of Ministers, who oversaw the nation's affairs from the safety of the Ministry of Law. Since Ultima brought about primogenesis, however, Rondala's streets have been all but abandoned to Akashic Waluder soldiers and beastmen on the hunt for flesh. Oh, here's a few. Oh, wow, there's a lot here. Okay. The Kingdom of Walud. Okay. After the capital's fall, the sole surviving nation in Ash, shortly after the death of Barnabas Tom, scion of Zemeckis and Cat's Paw of Ultima, Drake's head was shattered, leaving the capital of Stonehere without Mother Crystal and King. Stonehere after the nation's fall, capital of the Kingdom of Walud, located on the coast of Frigg's Calm, Ash's northernmost bay. Its Mother Crystal, Drake's Spine, was eventually destroyed by Sid and his allies, but by this time the city had already been lost. Its leader perished atop a distant spire. its citizens reduced to mindless thralls, and its streets claimed by orcs and masterless beasts. I actually don't think I've read this one. Stonehere, capital of the Kingdom of Waloed, located on the coast of Frigg's Calm, Ash's northernmost bay. Mother Crystal, Drake's Spine, sits just offshore and is connected to the city proper via a massive span that legends say required 100 years and an entire mountain's worth of stone to construct. Actually, maybe I did read that one. Oh, either way, I'll just be careful with it. Drake's Spine, a mother crystal situated in Stonehere, capital of the Kingdom of Waloed. Its sheer wall, strikingly similar to the towering cliffs that line the coasts of Ash. The interior can only be gained by means of a solitary stone span that stretches from the heart of the city proper. Being the last remaining mother crystal on Ash, the crystals harvested from its surface are a vital lifeline for the Walooder people. But even then, their number is far from enough to sate the kingdom's appetite, thus forcing her king to seek sources elsewhere. A mother crystal that towered over Stonehere, capital of the Kingdom of Waloed. The fall of Drake's Tail meant that, for a brief moment, it was the last remaining mother crystal in Valsthea. That moment, however, ended abruptly when the spine fell following Clive's otherworldly struggle with Ultima. The fall of Drake's Spine. In the year 878, the Walooder capital of Stonehere, already besieged by Akashic and Beastmen, was rocked yet further by the destruction of its mother crystal, Drake's Spine, at the hands of Sid the Outlaw and his companions. Veldamark, formerly the most powerful kingdom in Ash, until Barnabas Dom led his armies in rebellion against its rule and established his own kingdom of Waloed upon its still smoking ruins. Ravenwit Walls. Ravenwit's towering rampart fills the narrow valley betwixt two adjacent peaks, creating a nigh impenetrable barrier that serves to protect the royal capital of Stonehere from armies that might attempt an approach from the southwest. Once manned by a garrison of hundreds, the walls are now empty save for a handful of orcs and those beasts of war that manage to escape from their pens. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, I did read that first one. Gallerhorn, an aging fortress in the western reaches of the Kingdom of Waloed. Similar to other constructs across Valthea, the keep appears to have been built on the site of ancient ruins, and it was in an underground chamber not unlike Finksgate's Apodidary that a fully intact rendition of Ultima's iconical pantheon was discovered. Oh man, okay. Eastlaw. Okay, yeah. A settlement situated in mining country in the center of Waloed. The miners made homes among the excavations and lived there with their families. However, with the advent of the Arch, its residents disappeared, and now the village is all but deserted. Oh, sorry. Reverie, an impossibly tall tower in central Waloed that seems to pierce the very heavens. The few followers of the Circle of Malleus remaining on Ash believe it to have been built by the gods, who would one day pass their final judgment from its heights. It has long been considered hallowed ground, whereupon mere mortals fear to tread. Okay, wait. We'll take a small break here. Ooh. That was getting me more than I thought it was. I appreciate that this one, how it's meant to be pronounced, Krieglost, or however, Did not update. The crystalline dominion, following the emergence of Origin, a once independent state straddling the continents of storm and ash. Well, timing there. Okay. I'll need to come back to this in a minute, actually. We're on the crystalline dominion here. Yeah, that's fine.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Let's just take a moment then instead. So we need to talk to Otto, but I think before we resume with Hippocrates things, what I'll do instead is I'll do one of those hunts. Because goodness knows, it's been almost an hour and I haven't touched the gameplay at all, basically. Alright, which ones do we have? Just Goblin, Girl, Agni. We'll leave those for now, so Isla and Walud. That one should be pretty easy, actually. Okay, right. Well, I'll mind myself on this as we go. This is all Isla. If I was a goblin, where would I be? Probably up there, actually. Yeah, well, I need a moment, so while I'm doing that, I can just chill and murder things. Then go back to Hippocrates. Goblin Mooch. Oh, it's just Goblin Mooch. Goblin Mooch.
How the hell did it cross the strait? Nice try.
Oh. Goblin Mooch.
Too slow.
That was kind of cute. Yeah, it just ran out anyways. Oh, I made a mistake there. Oh wait, no I didn't. Excellent. do that, but that's okay. Goblin punch. Oh, that didn't count. Okay, well, it's fine. Where are you? Oh, you're there, okay. Ooh, that really hurt. And Zantetsuken did it. Ooh, close to level up, but not quite. Oh, he was the one who has the primitive battle horn. Okay. As Goblin communication seems limited to a painful cacophony of throaty grunts and raspy wheezing, the beastmen will often employ carved horns such as this one to send messages over long distances. Obtained by defeating a Gobermooch.
Your journey ends here.
It's kind of a shame if you think about it. Because, oh, that's kind of fun. Ultima's evil home crystal is already on the map. Like, all the Goblin was looking for was, like, his own stuff to have, you know? But no, we couldn't let that. We had to murder him. Okay, well, let's go back to freaking Harpocrates. Before I had to take that little detour. But you know what? Even though that wasn't exactly a hard A rank hunt, I'm reasonably glad I at least didn't die at Gobermooch.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. You wish to study the tomes?
Okay, we were on... Yeah, we were on the Crystalline Dominion. Following the emergence of Origin, a once independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash, Zonberquois dominance here, and with it a semblance of order, was brought crashing down in the bloody coup led by Prince Dion Lesage. Not long afterward, Twinside's luckless inhabitants were subjected to further misfortune, when the fall of the realm's final mother crystal at Drake's spine caused an ancient construct to rise from beneath their city, sowing death and devastation in its wake, and effectively decimating the already reduced populace. Ah. So when Ultima brought his ship out, okay. The interdimensional rift and origin. The interdimensional rift, a place beyond space and time, termed both a rift between worlds and our darkness by its creator Ultima. Clive and Joshua were forcibly summoned here by the mad deity that they might reflect upon their transgressions. Hidden Truths, a place beyond space and time, termed both a rift between worlds and our darkness by its creator Ultima. Clive and Joshua were forcibly summoned here by the mad deity when they ventured too close to the heart of Drake's spine. Upon fighting their way free, the pair emerged to find that their victory over Ultima had resulted in the shattering of the Mother Crystal. Origin, a vast structure that lay dormant beneath the crystalline dominion for countless centuries. When Ultima's scheme reached its final stages, it was summoned from the depths, sowing untold destruction and leaving bleak, black skies in its wake. It eerily resembles a Mother Crystal. Oh man, okay, persons of interest. Interesting. Oh my goodness. Wow, we did all this and it's been ages since we've updated actually. As Mythos, dominant of the second icon of fire, Afrit. Unlike the other dominants, Clive has the curious power to absorb icons from their hosts and wield their strength as his own. The being known as Ultima appears to crave this same power, identifying Clive as Mythos, a vessel for power unlimited. However, Clive refuses to surrender himself to Ultima's will, making of this godlike being another enemy in his fight to build a world where people can live on their own terms. Mythos. Okay. United against Ultima, dominant of the Phoenix and younger brother of Clive, his researches into Ultimas culminate in the revelation that the creature's true form is one and the same with Afrit Risen, the creature he and his brother transformed into in the skies above the crystalline dominion. His grip upon the creature he sealed away inside himself by the altar of Drake's head ever fading, he swears to stand with Clive and fight their fate until the end. These are actually both new. Dominant of Bahamut, Warden of Light, making good on his promise to Joshua Rosfield to join him in his fight against Ultima, Dion rallies his dragoons in the defense of the Dalmekian capital of Randala, saving the city from Akashic assault. He entrusts his troops to Eugene Havel before setting out to pledge his personal loyalty to the Rosfield's cause. Meeting with Clive, dominant of Bahamut, Warden of Light, knowing all too keenly how Ultima's machinations are ushering the world to its doom after the events in Twinside, Dion pledges his allegiance to Clive and Joshua Rosfield, arriving on the Enterprise just in time to ride to the brothers' rescue in Stonehere. Sleipnir harbored Death, Lord Commander of the Kingdom of Olud's armies. He was in fact a magical creation of Odin, and when his master primed, Sleipnir followed, taking the form of the icon's six-legged steed. But an Eggy cannot exist without its icon, and when Barnabas died, so too did he. Barnabas atop Reverie, king of Walud and dominant of Odin, the Warden of Darkness, scion of a tribe that crossed the seas to Valsleia from the southern continent many centuries before, Barnabas remained a zealous adherent of their ancient religion, the Circle of Malleus. Tasked by his god, Ultima, to assist with the perfection of his vessel, Barnabas put Mythos to the test, at last judging Clive worthy, and surrendering his strength to him with his dying breath. I'm pretty sure that was the same. Looking for red dots. Jadi, a greater duty. A member of the Undying, a secret society, is sworn to protect and serve the Rosfields of Rosaria, and the dominant of the Phoenix, who is always born in their line. While it is her sworn duty to serve and protect Joshua Rosfield, her true feelings for him run far deeper. Even after Joshua relived her? No, it would be relieved, okay. Relieved her of her obligation to protect him and tasked her to protect Clive's hideaway instead. She still worries for the sickly prince's health. Of course she does. She's his major ninja. Yeah, okay, that's the same. Really? The Republican Prime Minister, leader of the Dalmekian Parliament, not seen since the collapse of the Republican government following the death of Kupka and the fall of the Fang. Whether he was killed in the chaos or fled to save his own skin, no one knows. Oh, and look, here's Edda. Oh, right, I was like, who's Kihel? And it's like, oh, it's Medicine Seller Girl. A young woman with child who made her home in the Waluder village of Isla, and is now the only surviving member. A young woman with child who made her home in the Waluder village of Isla. After the arch sky spread across the land, her fellow villagers turned to Kashik and departed for reverie, leaving her alone, afraid and in hiding. By fortune, she was found by Clive and Gab, who took her back to the safety of the hideaway. It is speculated that the reason she survived is because the child growing inside her is a bearer, and thus more able to resist the effects of either. And Ultima. Yeah. Within the interdimensional rift, one of a race of ancient godlike beings, it was the creation of magic that led to the rise and spread of the Blight. The few survivors of the race fleeing the unspoiled land of Valsthea to attempt to remake the world. For this, they created the mother crystals to harvest huge amounts of ether, and sowed the seeds of humanity that it might one day produce a vessel strong enough to channel it. That the humans would one day develop wills of their own, they did not foresee. Oh, I missed one. Sir Terrence? I mean, it is important. Dion did push off a girl so he would adopt her. Second in command of the Dragoons, Terrence is both Prince Dion's faithful bodyguard and his lover. He joined the prince in his ill-starred coup in the Crystalline Dominion, and after somehow surviving the disaster that followed, went with him again in the relief of Randala. It was here that Dion finally released Terrence from his servants, begging him to care for the orphan girl Kihel, that those to whom he is indebted might be spared further danger. Okay. Then the bestiary. Efreet, risen, hidden truths. The two icons of fire united as one, with a might that far exceeds either icon alone. With the body of Efreet and the wings of the phoenix, its appearance closely resembles that of Ultima, as depicted in the ancient murals of the Circle of Malleus. Could this be the final true form of the vessel that Ultima requires to remake the world? Odin, the Warden of Darkness, who rides into battle atop his six-legged steed, black blade in hand. His latest dominant, King Barnabas of Wulud, a man scholars believe to be a descendant of the ancient motes of darkness within whose line all dominants of Odin are born. However, they have as yet been unable to prove this point, on account of no records of any Odins before Barnabas Dam having come to light. So wait, Leviathan was lost, and then Odin... So Barney was the first. He was like the only Odin. So something happened to Leviathan. They lost the water one ages ago. Then suddenly this dude shows up and he's like, "Sup, I'm the Darkness Warden. You know how you had a light dragon? Well, I'm a dark, edgy man with a blade who can cut anything. Okay. Infernal Icon. A form long since discarded by Ultima that brings to mind Ifrit, the icon manifested by Clive. It is seemingly incomplete, lacking as it does the wings of the being created when Clive and Joshua combined the powers of Ifrit and the Phoenix. Interdimensional Ultima. In order to further test the strength of the vessel Mythos. Ultima lured both Clive and Joshua deep to the shadowy depths of his fractured mind, where he faced up others clad in the remnants of his erstwhile flesh, the Infernal Icon. Orcs got a little bit of addition too. Interesting. And then there's, of course, behemoths. Oh. Man, it's just such a long reading section. Under new leadership. A species of beastman native to Ash, though they were seen fighting alongside Waluda forces in both Dalmekia and the free cities of Camber. The death of King Barnabas saw a shift in their allegiances, and they now bend the knee to Ultima and no other. Interesting. Maybe Ultima's how they get to teleport. Look at the big monster kitties. Behemoths. Towering agents of destruction known for their distinctive dual horns and a roar that can topple the mighty heavens. Simply the mention of one has been known to instill fear in the hearts of even the most seasoned of warriors, and as such, few ever venture to hunt these beasts of legend, leaving them to roam the blackened hills of Ash undisturbed. That is, save the scant few, the royal army has somehow remarkably managed to fetter and tame for deployment on the front lines of battle. All right. Oh, I'm getting there.
Welcome, Clive.
Well, that took longer than it should have. Let's go say hi to Otto. Oh, right, that was Dion. I was about to talk to him again. I was like, no, you've already talked to him, Chris. I could do another hunt, but... What am I here? Yeah, it won't make a difference. Save. Back to their origin.
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
Appreciate Otto helping out with that. Save Clive the talking.
Is this everyone?
Are you all going to have a side quest?
As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
the Dominion's demise
Hippocrates.
was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the curse breakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case.
Well,
People
Helmets
here
are
across
kind of
the
duped,
realm
it's
grow
true.
sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new mother crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
Yeah, I'd go another draft or so, Joshua. It's a little rough.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
Figure it out, Mid.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off.
Thank you, Otto. This is why every boss needs a manager.
Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you.
Go sleep with Jill again. You've only done that like once, and you guys have known each other for like 50 years.
Joshua seemed upset.
Okay, it hasn't done it quite yet. Otto is good at his job.
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Only we could fly.
I have wings.
Oh shit, you do.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
Aww.
And what of my wings?
Oh man, Dion, you still exist too.
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret?
Oh, you have a new daughter and a
My life
boyfriend,
ended
but
in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima.
Dion just built different.
He has much to answer for.
It's a very good take on a paladin.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
Nice. Planning on dying. Cashing your debt now, bitches. But yeah, he's just like just cool and just chill enough to offset it.
He's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Take as much time as you need, brother. Something tells me Ultima will wait.
I know what he means, but... Oh, I'm gonna go talk to her on our balcony. How romantic. God damn it, Oscar. The fact that you're waiting outside the room, too, just makes it worse.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
Finally share a room. Only took 5 years.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
Whoa, you two, not on the balcony. People can see you up there. Why did we do the discretionary cut to black?
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
And there they are. As will be heartbroken, she can see that balcony. At least she's not... She doesn't have a great angle on it, at least. But yeah, really.
Clive, do you have a moment?
Of course. Always.
I wanted to give you something.
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. The piece she said you liked best. I told her I used to enjoy needlework, but I didn't think she'd remember.
It's beautiful, Jill. You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I recall my mother telling me that young ladies of the court would give knights ribbons from their hair before they went off to war.
Oh, that's
I still wear mine,
adorably dorkish.
so I made you this instead. Black is the color of eternity. It cannot be stained. It cannot be sullied. It is unchanging, unwavering, just like your resolve. And mine.
Our resolve. May it never diminish.
And may it ever bring you back to me. I will always, always be here.
Just Asta sobbing in the distance. Linen handkerchief. I mean, she should have known better. Like, if nobody, everyone has to know about Jill now. Like, this is claimed territory.
What is it, Clive? You can always tell me.
Ask about origin.
Somewhere in the back of my mind.
She always knew it would come to this. Oh, they change. Clive goes, it was only ever going to end this way, Jill. Either Ultima dies, or we do.
I know.
But she still doesn't think she's ready for it. And the thought of what we have to do makes her want to cry. Clive responds, then cry, shout, scream, laugh, do whatever you feel. Their feelings make them who they are, make them better than Ultima.
Thank you.
Clive, she says, come on, game. Why don't you have her say that? But a long time ago, she swore that only the stars would see her cry.
And so for now?
She'll save her tears until the clouds part and the heavens return.
Be strong, Clive.
Look, honestly, it's easier to commit to that bit than deal with the fact that the green... Oh, the linen handkerchief was not a thing? A small square of embroidered black linen gifted Clive by Jill. And then that's the line she actually read there, so. It should be. I was probably just blind and not looking at it right. We have In the Mood and In Search of a Lost Tome. I'm going to assume In Search of a Lost Tome might actually be Harpocrates. In a Mood. Maybe it won't be added until you do her loyalty mission. See, that was what was weird to me. It seemed like I was worried about that, but heed Karen's request. Karen writes us, in case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all his time laid on the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me it's not to do with his supply of antelope bones. Oh. Torgal quest.
What is it this time, Torgal?
More than words. Ooh. I feel like I need to leave the puppy quest, though. Right? Oh, this isn't Harpocrates, it's Vivian. Who cares about Vivian? Vivian writes us, reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exist ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that mere possession is deemed a crime. It was a chance encounter with one such tome, from a distance, that sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require a further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Okay, we'll put on the badly titled quest. Visit Torgal on the rear decks. Okay. Three's Company, where there's a will, nobody's tool, trial and error, talking to Vivian, aiming high, and litany of errors. Well, we'll pick up this quest, Three's Company. Oh, and we can talk to Gav too.
You alright?
We'll ask about Origin.
About that.
If there's anything he can do to help us kill this Ultima bloke, we should just say the word, eh? Clive says he could promise to take Sid's name off of his hands.
Aye.
Don't even joke about that, Gav responds. Anyway, he thought we said that we hadn't finished with it yet. We did, didn't we? Says Clive. Now, if we wanted to give Gav an even grander title, something to rival our Sid the Outlaw, that'd be a different story.
Let's see.
Gav the Magnificent, Gav the Almighty, Gav the Lionheart, something along those lines. Clive responds, we'll leave that to him to decide. We're sure he's more than capable of choosing the perfect moniker for Sid's right-hand man. Gav being a dumbass goes right-hand man, eh? He'll take it.
You off then?
If there's anything special you fancy supping on before you go, I'd be glad to make it for you. As long as it's brown.
Okay.
Welcome back, Sid.
Why not?
As if setting our people free wasn't enough. Good news, everyone. The casks have been liberated. Here's to Sid. Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
So much goal at the end for like nothing. Yeah, that was probably what I was considered. Byron quest. Oh, that's gotta wait too. Like Byron's gotta be like, he's gotta be near the end with Torgal. But we'll pick it up for now. Byron. We'll ask about Origin first. He begins, you're set on this plan of yours then. Clive responds, he is.
Huh.
Byron goes, we were never one to shy away from a fight. Some might say it runs in the family. Our father would be proud.
Thank you, Uncle.
Clive knows he'll be with us up there.
As for down here,
we may take comfort in the knowledge that the realm will be in Byron's capable hands until we return. And he laughs some because, why wouldn't he? Our uncle's jovial sword. Clive responds with, indeed. Alright, three's company.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control.
Oh, silly uncle.
Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion.
Yes, old men getting the band back together.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw.
I can tell our roguish uncle doesn't approve.
As best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Agree to meet with the field marshal. As your wish.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the field marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
Just forthwith.
Thank you, Clive.
Might be like 4 or 5 hours, but okay. We will not prioritize this quest. We're going to save this one. Byron quest gets to... Because I'm one, I like to save what I like for later on. I don't like to eat my favorites first. I was kind of hoping our Pakus would get a quest, but... Also, that would care, but if I want Joshua to travel with me for battle stuff, I have to do his loyalty mission first. Same with Jill, but her unlocks in the quest. Okay. I'm fine. I got my dog. Hogo's fine.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost.
Let's ask Hippocrates about origin. I do appreciate the heads up, though. It makes sense they would have you do that.
Ah, yes.
Hippocrates asks, we have arrived at a solution then. We tell him Dion will carry us.
Indeed.
A feat befitting the final act, says Hippocrates. He congratulates himself that he shall live long enough to see it, a feat in itself for a man of his years. But to be serious, it is no small thing to march against fate. We must be certain of our footing, lest the winds of destiny divert us from our course. Are we certain of our footing? He asks us. And we say we are, because, you know, it's Clive. He's going to be direct and straightforward.
Then go.
And do what we must. All right.
Fare thee well, my friend.
Oh, that delivery was cute.
You're going somewhere, Sid? Can we come? I promise we'll be good.
Yes, children, you can come with us to the end game. No, just stay here in the hideaway. I talked to Gav already. Talked to Byron. Talked to Karen too.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best
Ask
of
about.
what you can.
We'll ask about the origin. Karen begins. We're here to say our goodbyes, are we? For now. But we'd better come back, or she'll fly up there and drag us home by our ear.
Thank you, Karen.
She didn't think we'd find the thought appealing. Look, just don't die, alright? Changing leadership's bad for business, which you know it usually is. Aye, we're off to kill a god. So what? We've done everything else we put our mind to, haven't we?
You could do this too. Go on then.
Alright. Did I? Oh, Goots is probably going to be back here, actually. Yeah, there he is.
Trouble with your gear, or
Ask about origin.
crack the crystal?
Kill a god. Save the world. Is Blackthorn missing anything? No, that's pretty much the plan, Clive responds.
Not a very good one.
If we ask him.
But then,
He can't say he's had much practice killing gods. Now forging kit to kill a god, that he might be able to help us with. Reckon it's the least he can do after all we've given him. And it's more than enough, Clive responds. We can thank him when we get back.
see that sword of yours stays oiled.
I did it, Sid. I made friends with
Okay.
all the animals in the hideaway.
Oh, what is it?
I'm just gonna skip past them because his was the same. I thought maybe it would change. It looks like a couple NPCs have log change, but not major ones. Goots wishes he could go up there with us. Doesn't seem right leaving everything up to us three.
It's hardly everything.
There's plenty that still needs to be done down here. Like saying to our stores and keeping Karen safe. Only Goots can do that.
And I will. I promise.
He won't let Nan come to no harm, no matter what.
You can count on me.
Just like they're all counting on us to come back safe and sound.
Be careful out there.
Say what you will. Maybe Karen has seen worse.
Nothing in the backyard, though. Torgal's that way, we don't want.
Yes, but how long will it last?
Okay, talk to all of them. Queen Sir Joshua's quest.
The hour fast approaches.
We can ask Dion about Origin. Dion shall carry us and our brother to Origin, that the Lesage name might live on in honor, on infamy. Even if he should not. Clive goes, Your Highness, you're not.
You said it yourself.
This is a journey from which he may not return, and yet he is resolved to go. Ultima took much from him, and Ultima means to strip all of them of what little they have left.
He must be stopped.
Whatever the cost.
He must.
Thank you, Your Highness. You are as over-hasty as your brother. Well, we are as over-hasty as our brother. Oh, I messed it up there. It was because I was going to say Dion says. We should save our thanks for when this is over.
The time is nigh, Ifrit.
What's up, Joshua?
Clive.
Alright, we can ask about Origin too.
This is it then, brother.
Their last dance with... Well, no, it's our last dance with Ultima waits. Only the Founder knows what awaits them up there.
Indeed.
But whatever we find... Oh man, this one's really getting me. We shall overcome it. It would not do to disappoint our friends. They all believe in us. They would follow Clive to the ends of the earth, if they could.
You're wrong.
Our friends don't follow us, they spur us on. We couldn't have made it this far without them. Nor without Joshua. He gave us his blessing and made us his shield. Without him, we don't know how we would even have survived. Even when the brothers were apart, he was always with us, and we trust he'll be with us until the end.
Of course.
Whenever that may be. Where there's a will.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
And why?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Go Joshua with Tabor. I mean, of course. Eventually.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
This one we might end up doing, but I'm tempted to still leave it. Joshua is our brother. He's important. Oh, right. Doris, you exist.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point.
Goddamn slaver mommy.
Among Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We could escort Doris to Balmung-Dirk. Then we go together.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past.
Oh.
Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés.
Chadwick.
A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
We'll prioritize this one. Like, I guess part of this is the fact that, like, a lot of this is on the final continent. So, you know, it took a while to be able to go there, but it is a little bit much at once. Alright. Nazaire Cursebreaker. Who are you?
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
I mean, it's mostly reasonable, but also thanks for paying me to do this. Why aren't you asking Gav to do this? Time is yours.
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Alright, well, we'll prioritize trial and error too.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Hey, what's up, Otto? We can ask about the hideaway and origin. I guess they can test on a real mission, do solo stuff for someone, but yeah, no, that's fair enough. Let's go with the hideaway. No one around here is bold enough or daft enough to say that Otto is fit for the knacker's yard, but he sure as hell ain't getting any younger.
Might be time to take a step back.
Let the fledglings spread their wings. Young goat's as bright as the inside of a barrel, but his heart's in the right place, and his constant failures never seem to dim his spirits either. It's because you let him get away with that shit, Otto. He sucks. Desiree would do much better than Goat. Ugh. I can say it might have been said of Otto when he was that age, when he was Goat's age. Otto, I don't think you were ever that bad. Let's be real here.
But if it weren't for Sid,
Giving Otto the room to fall and a hand to help him up again, he never would have changed. It'd have been the goats leading the goats, Clive. Assuming we've made it this far. Goats leading the goats. We'll ask about origin. He trusts us to go and pick a fight with a bleeding god. He didn't sign up for all this excitement, we know.
No.
Sid, not us Sid, but the first Sid, you know, Sidolphus, the Rama guy, he had the really sexy voice. He did say the higher-ups wouldn't be too happy about us trying to change the world. Ah, we've got him there. And it ain't as if he has anything better to do, so no more lip out of him. Ah, but it's that lip that keeps us on our toes, Otto, we tell him.
is that right?
Well, he'd better start looking for something else to moan about then, hadn't he?
I'll be here if you need me.
Clive!
Oh, thank God you don't actually have
Good
anything
luck.
new. Under new management. Lines in the sand, duty undying. Oh, we have Lubor has something, doesn't he? Okay.
Think you can help?
You got anything new, Nectar? I don't think you do. No, you don't. Okay. And we have 2 more up here. Let's go talk to Vivian. Of course, we need that to the signboard collection. Yeah, it's true.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked.
They haven't been
It's
useful,
only right
but
that
you
I return
have.
the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you.
I'll forgive you that.
It set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
But also, if you're gonna find out what you need from Harpocrates, you could at least give us a summary before sending us. Oh, whatever.
Clive.
And we can ask her about Origin.
Well, Clive?
Are we resolved to brave the coming battle, no matter the cost?
I am.
For only with Ultima's death might we ever find true freedom. And when we do, we, just specifically Clive at this point, will be counting on Vivian to help teach this world the truth.
Naturally.
But she'll need us to do something for her in return. We need to come back to her in one piece. For how is she to recount the true history of this world without a first-hand account of the heroics of those who fought to change it?
I shall.
They shall all be praying for our safe return.
Harpocrates knows of the tome I seek. Whether what he has to say makes you happy to have agreed to help me is another matter. I do so enjoy our little chats.
Oh, I didn't actually get rid of her thing. Nah, it's fine. Oh, what 2 people in here have dialogue? Oh, Jody. Right. Edda too, maybe.
Thank you, my lord, for taking me in. Everyone here is... Is there aught I might assist you with?
Oh, God, okay. First, we can ask Jody about Joshua.
His Grace and I.
Often spoke on their travels, and a certain saying of Joshua's remains with her even now. Duty is the enemy of freedom.
At first.
She thought that he spoke of his own plight, that though he was able to roam the land again, his duty to unearth the truth about Ultima prevented him from being truly free. But she came to understand that he spoke not of himself, but of her.
It was my duty to him.
That his grace judged to be inimical to her own freedom. She believes that this is why Joshua bade her remain here, that she might at last be released from her duty to him. Few others in his position would allow the cares of a humble attendant to weigh so heavily upon them, or take such drastic action in response. Oh, man. And then we'll ask about Origin.
My lord.
You are resolved to go, then.
I am.
And so is Joshua. We know she fears for him, but we'll do everything in our power to keep him safe.
I do not doubt it.
We are, as we have always been, Joshua's first shield. Jody was only ever his temporary protector. Now his grace has bade her protect the hideaway instead, and that is what she shall do.
Thank you, Yote.
Thank you, her actual name, which, you know, she's Jody instead.
May you return safely.
To them all, her lord. Both of us. All right.
Have care, my lord.
And I guess, Taria, you have something to talk about too.
How can I help you, Clive?
I know technically I've started a few of them, but the fact that it's been over 2 hours. I did a hunt. I did a single hunt. But I've not even really dug into any of these side quests yet. Ask about Taria.
What I truly like
Is to share her knowledge of healing and herb lore with the realm. Every cure seems like a miracle to the child who knows nothing of medicine.
teach her medicine.
And suddenly a world without miracles doesn't seem so frightening. Oh, that was nice and short. Also, I feel like in her own indirect way, Taria was getting at the medicine girl. The title says loom, it's not that you were actually going to... I mean, it's true.
And no sooner have your wounds mended.
Then we find an excuse to go charging once more unto the breach. Ah, but only because our wounds are mended, Clive sassily responds. Thanks to the expert ministrations of the best healer this side of the belt. Oh my. She tells us to save our honeyed tongue for Jill. So Asta might not look what was happening at that balcony, but Taria definitely did. We're talking about killing a god, Clive.
While I may not have Gav's nose,
She knows danger when she smells it, and this plan reeks the high heaven. We tell her this will be the last time. We promise.
that's what I'm worried about.
And she calls us a fool, which is mean and hurtful. Don't we think she'd rather stitch 1,000 of our cuts than never stitch one again?
I do.
Thank you, Clive says to Taria. There we go.
Don't push yourself too hard, Clive.
Look, Asta, you really need to give up here. Yeah, it's the same thing. We'll just walk away. Suspicious man.
What do you think happened to Miss Middledore? I heard she was kicked out of the university.
Run,
Sid,
Clive, run.
You have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Middledore. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Ah, right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Middeldore's inventions.
You dare, children.
Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Middledore back together? She seems really sad.
We could find out what is troubling Mid. I'm a little worried about Mid myself.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
Aiming high. Gonna make us an airship. Okay, I'm going to talk to Mid because I'm going to assume it will give us a choice because we can ask her about origin. I might be wrong about that though. Damn it.
If you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will.
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not
It's
fair.
a major
The gods get the
technological
skies all
leap.
to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them. But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
It's pretty funny.
First I'll
Okay.
need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the Cursebreakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
She got.
I should speak with one of the Cursebreakers
Oh.
before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Man, Mid very quickly was like, I have Clive to run around
They
for
make
me.
an oil
Good.
down at the docks in Ordil that's as slippery as the sea nasties they render it from. With that and the bone I told you about, I shall be able to finish the prototype.
Man, okay. I thought for sure she was gonna have a thing about the origin, but no, Mid does not care.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
I will not let them be forgotten.
I mean, Cloud does so much fantastic, she knows she can get her way. It's true. Herman, Cursebreaker, you are not. Sadly, you are not. Suspicious character.
Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I
End
will
of
not send
side
good
quest.
men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory.
Badbach.
Rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons.
Oh, it's been a
We were
while.
tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
Damn. Either no rules or no. We'll go instead. It's not we'll accompany you to make sure you're safe. It's like, no, we'll go. You stay here, loser.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
I think I actually might have seen that place. All right. That was all the side quests that are here. All right. I guess I can. I guess we'll take care of like advancing the quests I can do here. Oh, I kind of want to save the Torgal one. Yeah, no, I just need to keep going here. Okay.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it.
I just did that,
It
man.
needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza.
Oh, sounds like a hunt.
Anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
I mean, that might not be a hunt per se. To be a desert door. Okay. No, it doesn't look like it is actually. What hunts do I have left that I didn't do yet? Big girl that's in Crichton Hollow and Waloed. Okay. Actually, while we're freaking here, Vivian.
What will it be today? Allow me to educate you. Here's the latest information I have.
It just bothers me when that's on there, like just, you've not done this thing. It's like, God, stop. All right, Hippocrates.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy,
Which she
I fear
has.
She asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies.
The book
One
ninjas.
such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
The book ninjas are pretty good at their job.
From the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Aw, alright. Okay. The only one left is More Than Words, which is Torgal's, which we can hold off on. So I have these side quests left. Okay, Southern Gate. Critten Hollow, okay. We're gonna have a way here. I have to assume eventually it's gonna take us by the Odin Stone. Let's go see if we can find this cat right now. I should be holding off on these hunts, really. But... oh, Josh was with me anyways. Well, that's fine. Josh was like, hey, we're doing my quest, right? I'm like, sure. Oh, there it is. Baigul. Yeah, he thinks we're doing his mission.
That's no ordinary curl.
Ow. Okay. Okay, I might need to actually dodge this. Oh, you did everything there. Oh, I messed that up. Oh, I still counted to get through it though? Okay. And we'll just knock you down. Not what I should have done. Yeah, we'll laser him while he's down. Whoops. Oh, we'll restart from this obelisk. That went pretty badly to begin with. Which is pretty sad considering I actually had the advantage of, brother, no! Yeah. Punch, and that completely missed. Man, if I could just actually... There we go. Now let's charge this again. Fortunately, I didn't have my thing going, so I don't get the full thing, but you know, it is what it is. I always forget this one adds that one. Ah. There we go. Whoops. Oh, there's a bunch of lightning too. Okay. Oh, I don't know why this one's being a little bit harder for. Well, I mean, it's not like the curls have an easy moveset, but also it just happens to be the fact that, like, however it has like one edit move to a couple of its chains, and it's not like that's a hard thing that I should be able to keep in mind. But
Let's try.
Yeah, like, see that one. Like, I know it's coming, but I saw. Okay, there we go. Well, I didn't get the full thing, but... There we go. Every time with that. My god. I mean, if you're gonna give me a chance to do this, I'll just blow you up with attacks. Yeah. I feel a little bit bad about that, but you know. It is what it is. I leveled up. Ooh. Oh, 47. Not bad. Got a curl whisker and a meteorite.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind.
We gotta let Mega Flare work its way out of its system. It'll stop anytime now. Okay, good. Yeah, it's still not that much. Okay. We'll save over that. Having finally leveled up. Okay. These are all quests we've done though, so... What other quest do I have to pick up here? Northreach. Ah, right, under new management. We'll hold off on that one. If you are still... Well, I'll look for it anyways. Somewhere in Lost Wing. I wonder where this chest is I missed. We'll look for this now, too. Have to climb up a ladder to get to it. Okay, I think I have an idea of what ladder you're talking about, although... I know, Torgal. Now that's the ladder you go down. So that wouldn't be the one. Not the church you say when I was... You mean the actual inn tavern place? This would be so much easier if it was not. Also really covered in that. I really gotta remember seeing this here. But ugh, the ether is an obnoxious effect. Well, I'll hope this ladder is up the stairs. Oh my god. This would have been so much easier before this place exploded. Well, I'm gonna assume this is it then. Although that was 2 ladders. There we go. Histoire. Oh man. Well, that has been done now. Okay. Alright, I have all these quests to do. We'll hold off on that, so... Duty Undying. Ah, okay. But, where is it? Where is it? What the heck? Wait, why is it saying I can get something new from the shops? But yay, there we go.
Welcome to Dravoj, Sid. Our gate's always open for you and yours.
Would you like to see my wares?
Ah. Dances. Wow, I was gonna say 85,000 is a lot, but actually, that's not even half my money right now. Reduces dancing steel cooldown by 4.5 seconds. Oh, we can sell too.
Go safely now.
Oh, they really are all different, aren't they? Man, Brownie
welcome.
increases ghoul near damage by 30%. Okay, that one's pretty, no. It's pretty unimpressive. We're gonna freaking do Lubors. Although I actually don't know if I have enough time to do this side quest tonight, really.
Why the hell would Victor take the bear?
God damn this town.
Believe we were going to make him.
I think we'd better shut up.
Who can say what Lubor is plotting?
Oh my god.
What commotion is this? I asked myself. A sudden stampede of customers towards my humble stall? No, it was a stampede of customers away from Lubor's.
Man, you all suck. I hate Lubor. but you all just fair weather.
Good day, my lord.
Breath of lightning, breath of darkness, rift slip. I know, I should have rift slip. The fact that rift slip is basically, it lets you get out of any move you're in is really great. I'm just, ugh. That's for people who are actually good at these games. I'm just gonna get this because it's very cheap.
Excellent choice. Thank you for your custom.
The other ones are kind of expensive, they can hold off. Alright. Maybe I can redeem you shitty guys. But probably not.
The bastard's been lying to us for as long as we've known him.
Yeah, I wonder why. Maybe because of this reason, you assholes.
Why is everyone being mean to Lubor? He didn't do anything wrong.
I know. They suck.
I'm going to go with him.
Ah, yes, that's right. Alright, Lubor.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the kids, Clive.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe, and provided for, and loved. The Hideaway.
I mean, Lubor, I may hate you, but you could come to the Hideaway too? And in point of fact, since you're a bearer, you should come to the Hideaway? Of course.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned. And they're headed this way.
Oh, that sucks for this shitty
Bandits are
town.
one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape.
Must we?
What are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
No, because I want them to not. I want them to ignore you and then die for their awful racism. Oh, fine. Man, Joshua is still with us.
What's an Akashic? Lubor told me they're like people, but even meaner and scarier.
I have successfully conned my brother into thinking we're doing his side quest when I do a bunch of other side quests
You have
instead.
to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate.
Know your place, bearer.
Fuck you, dude. Torgal. Rip and tear this dude's out. Yeah, it's like, bro, what about Dad's will? I'm getting to it, Joshua.
Huh? What's the commotion?
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're XXIX now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
Leave them to
Why would you lie
die.
about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
I am...
You're making a mistake.
I'm so nettled right now.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
Right.
Let's speak to Lord Furder.
Joshua had dialogue for that, even. The duel's ending. They've nothing better to do than playing a bear who's basically been helping the town this whole time. It is... Oh, I just need to...
Get it, boy!
Yeah, who's a good boy, Torgal? You're not like those dumb, stupid people. Like, a big part of it is the fact that I just don't want to save them. Like, let them suffer.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? It's driving away our customers.
Oh, that's not the nice thing to do, I guess.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Furder.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the XXIX, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
Torgal, you could be doing my little mission. You are helping these
Sid,
people.
Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor, I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
Oh god, what are they doing this time?
You have to believe me. The XXIX are coming. They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Oh my god.
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far away!
Oh.
Just go!
Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him!
really bad, even by shitty game and PC standards.
What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe.
Yeah, congrats, you two are rocket children.
You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist!
Yeah, you all suck.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
All it took was throwing rocks at children. And you're still not listening to him, but whatever.
Gather round if you don't want to die.
It's okay. There's a plan. Have us do all the work.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now
Sucks
they're
for
all
them.
turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done. As you
Clive, I leave the murder to you.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there. and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
Wow, really? None of the rest of you are gonna say for Dalmo and respond? Man, you all suck. Okay.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Ah, it's this town. Okay.
Any man sighting an Akashic is to raise the alarm immediately.
Fly, Ambrosio. Time to kill a bunch of Akashic. I ran into that wild chocobo, but it's okay. Oh yeah, that's an ether flood, alright.
There it is. The flood. But what's waiting for us inside?
Just ran past all the Akashic footpads.
We can't leave a single one alive.
Dang. That's what I get for being kind of. Wow, the protect really... Oh, well, whatever. Let's just finish you guys off in front. That's a good. I didn't do that at all.
Let's try.
There we go. Ah, it didn't work at all. Let's do this real fast. I don't think it's gonna be tough to kill, though. didn't realize it was that close. Oh, that's fine. Wasn't much of a fight, but it'll do.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
At least Clive knows you still gotta have the pithy one-liners, even if no one's there to enjoy it.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Yeah, no
Friends,
problem. Just killed some
the Horde
Akashic.
has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize.
No,
After
fuck
all
you.
you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
You really
We
shouldn't
did.
have.
And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character.
Look, they
It is a
overcame
stain
racism.
on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Okay.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause.
I think that goes
If
without
the
saying,
Town
but
Guard and
okay.
the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
Here. I mean, that also goes without saying, but
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat?
ooh, the mayor hat. And yeah, that is a good point. At least that time, with going into an ether flood, Clive is uniquely suited for that.
How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
You got paid.
Lubo. About the children.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalamel.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Oh, at least the Lubor quest line is finally accomplished. I have begun doing side quests. It only took me the majority of the stream to get to. Are you gonna say quest completed? Okay, there we go. Lines in the sand, too. Electric Boogaloo. Briar's Kiss signboard. The emblem of the Briar's Kiss, pride of Dalamil. The forge is almost as popular with traveling merchants as the trading post's famous healing baths, where the weary can soak away their sour sores on the way to Drake's Fang. And then we get something for Breath of Light Impulse. Okay.
I shall devote my every effort to creating a haven for man and bearer both. Just like a certain someone else I know. Someone to whom I owe a debt of gratitude.
I'd hate to blow through a majority of the brain fart of the hunts this stream, but I don't think I have time for any side quests, so.
Well, I certainly didn't expect it, but Dalamil seems more united than ever. I'll have to redouble my efforts to bring Costness under control. Can't have Lubor showing me up again.
And then
From bearer boy to mayor of Dalamil. How far Lubor has come, and how richly he deserves it.
I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor. He'll make a wonderful
You-
man. You mark my words.
Aye, he served the town well enough. And he is a bearer, born to serve. Long may it last.
Yeah, I know, Torgal. Screw that guy, too. Where'd the kids go?
I knew they'd change their tune. Dalamil would be lost without Master Lubor.
As they're only too aware. I doubt they'd have accepted any other bearers.
God damn, these NPCs are like, you know, we're still shit. It's like, yeah, you can tell. Whatever. Okay. Oh, well, there's another quest over. Not quest, but. We'll see what Odin thing is in Boklid, too, while I'm here.
Well met.
Just having cloud cooldown time by 2.5 seconds. Alright. So, what we'll do... We'll go back to the hideaway. We'll check out that third hunt. Which I'm going the wrong way for. And then, I think I should have enough time. Even if it kills me once or twice, I should have enough tries to go for that. And then I'll leave myself out. Probably of... Oh yeah, Agni. Oh, I haven't fought one of these guys in ages. In Halfcombe Waloed. Poor thing. Gone crazy from the ether, so... Halfcombe is down here. Okay. Good, this is the way to go. Oh, will I have... Okay, Joshua, my man, my brother.
Let's go.
You know I'm not doing your side quest over here. Why are you doing... Look, Joshua's just too nice to tell Clive no. We were taking advantage of our poor nice brother. Oh, he's actually probably going to be right here. Oh, I'm sorry, Ambrosio. Poor bird.
Be safe.
Oh yeah, what she's going to be. Agni, rank A.
Look who's here to meet us. Pity they don't seem fond of visitors. This one.
Ooh, that was not good. Yeah, let's just knock you out of it. Come on, let's go. There we go. Yeah, second time that's good. There we go.
Too slow. Nice try.
Also will give me at least one of these, so. Fill up this on Tets again. And the Notorious Merclay. When Zantetsuken goes, it just goes. Stone Tongue. Even should one manage to survive the rows of diamond-haired, serrated teeth lining an Archaeosaurus jaw, it is likely one's reprieve will be short-lived, as awaiting one just beyond is a granite tongue sure to finish the job, obtained by defeating Agni.
I've had warmer welcomes.
And then an Akashic out. Poor guy. I don't know why this has... I'm going to travel here for a second. Because I feel like it showed me this thing without... There we go. All right. So now we have Nobody's Tool, An Inconvenient Truth, Litany of Errors. But I think for now, let's see. Yeah, we'll go Aiming High. These are all here. We'll leave off in Taper. Because this other one, Duty Undying, it's the ninjas again, right? So we'll have to deal with that. But I think we can deal with them next time.
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord. Prithee enter.
Ah, okay, that's right. But yeah, so we actually did a side quest. I've done a few of the hunts. It went fine except for the curl. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still have like 10 side quests to go. So I think next stream we're not gonna get through all of them, but I'll get through a fair chunk of them. So yeah. Until then though, thanks for hanging out. Good night everyone.